Zeke Green growled low and dangerously at his screen, tempted beyond reason to pull the hidden Glock from beneath the desktop and blow the entire computer to smithereens. As a member of the highly trained Special Ops unit of the Army, he'd led secret missions into the deepest, darkest pits of the world. He'd rescued victims from sex trafficking, protected different government officials through perilous situations, and tracked terrorists through the belly of the beast. Since leaving the Army, he'd started his security firm, Stryker Security Force, and gathered the best men he knew, his brothers in arms, his family. From their growing client list, they must do a decent job. So why couldn't he figure out how to slay the monster known as QuickBooks? He grabbed the sides of the laptop and shook it in frustration. "Why won't you balance, you stupid thing?" "Problems?" Rafe Malone's jovial voice jerked Zeke's head up. He furrowed his forehead and glared at his friend. Rafe leaned far too casually on the door jamb, smirking in that upbeat way he did. Nothing fazed the man. In the thick of a gunfight, Rafe always remained as calm as a cucumber, cracking jokes while bullets pinged by. They all counted on his steadiness when they were in the thick of it, but his charm wore thin today. "I hate accounting." Zeke eased back in his office chair and threw his pen on the desk. "I think trolls programmed QuickBooks." Rafe laughed, rubbing his hand over his perfectly groomed red beard. "Accountants have to get their kicks somehow. If everyone mastered their diabolical program, then there wouldn't be any need for them." Zeke chuckled, then lit up with a thought. "Hey, why don't you take a whack at it?" "No way, man." Rafe held his hands out in front of him like he was warding off a wild dog or something. Zeke understood that. Accounting was a beast. "You're not loading that on me." "Come on. You know computers inside and out. Can hack into the highest level security systems. You're a wizard at this stuff." "While I'm humbled you acknowledge my general awesomeness and that I'm a master of technology, your flattery will not woo me to the dark side. You could have this done in no time flat." Zeke ran his hands through his hair as his frustration rose. "I've been here for hours, have looked at numbers until my eyes crossed, and still can't get the columns to balance." "Dude, just admit it. We need to hire someone for all of this." Rafe motioned with his hands at the chaotic office. Zeke scowled as he glanced around at the papers overflowing the baskets, the sticky notes of various neon colors slapped onto the wall, and the general disorder of the room. He had hoped that setting up his security firm outside Glenwood Springs, Colorado, would prove a brilliant idea. Just north of Aspen and west of Vail, located where all the rich and famous hung out, it had been a strategic move. It had proved better than any of them imagined. They'd been getting more calls than they could handle since the minute Rafe had designed their website and Zeke had contacted some acquaintances. While the influx of clients was excellent for the growing business, it had left little time for mundane things like number crunching and office organization. Zeke placed his elbows on the desk and rubbed his eyes with the heels of his hands. He didn't want to hire an outsider. His team was his family. He trusted them unconditionally. He couldn't imagine some stuffy office person melding with his men. But if he didn't do something soon, the business would suffer. They were already so busy, he was putting the word out to other Army friends to join them.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.